I'm back, baby!
What's up, guys? Eli here, back for another film review. Today we're going to be talking about Julia. Julia was released in 2014, directed by Matthew A. Brown. Now I'm going to try and use my words wisely, as I don't want anyone to misunderstand me. I don't want to, get caught up in the wrong, going down the wrong path. I've never attempted to dissect and, give a personal opinion on a rape revenge film. It seems like a daunting task, and honestly, I'm not real big on the subgenre. Controversy these days isn't really my thing. Back in my 20s and early 30s even, I was pretty outspoken, but nowadays I like to avoid controversy. I'm just too old and tired to deal with shit like that, argue with people. But anyways, so here we have our main character, Julia, out on a date with a guy that she just met recently. And the movie kind of portrays him to be a bit of an entitled scumbag, almost instantly as soon as you start to get to know him. But what I didn't understand was how Julia seemed to be acting, and this is likely the director's fault. She acts as if she doesn't trust this dude, or like he has already done something to her, which he hasn't yet at least, and it just didn't really make sense. The direction around this scene just kind of is a little wonky, and I think should have been done a little bit differently. Things take a turn for the worse real quick as Julia is drugged by the guy, and then sexually assaulted and physically assaulted by him and two of his friends. Julia later wakes up and realizes what has happened, but what I found was odd is she remembers mostly everything, and she even remembers what all three of the men looked like. I don't know how these kinds of drugs work, so maybe it does work like that, but I thought that was kind of odd, but it has to work for, to make the movie work, of course. And so she ends up finding sort of like a clandestine support group, if you will. And it's like this mysterious group of women who have all suffered sexual abuse and have a system of killing predatory men as a way to heal their emotional wounds. It is basically like a form of therapy for them. Julia likes the idea and begins to go on dates with random men, pretty much so she can seduce and then murder them. She ends up discovering the identities of the men who assaulted her, and she devises a plan to get her revenge with the help of one of those men who is actually remorseful. And it does actually seem to be genuine. The acting here is decent enough. The movie looks to be pretty well shot, as far as I can tell, but I don't much care for the script, and the directing just could have been a lot tighter. And I'll admit, I actually expected the director of this movie to be a woman. If I had to have made a guess, I would have guessed it was a woman and not a man. Every male character here seems to be a deplorable dirtbag, with maybe the exception of Julia's boss. And even then, there might have been some things I missed, but pretty much every male character is basically bad and very dangerous. I'm trying to give this movie extra points for being slightly innovative in the rape revenge subgenre, but I really just didn't like this movie. Most of these types of movies just have the protagonist seeking revenge by killing whoever they suffer at the hands of. This movie has that too, but it also has her creating a pointless body count by going after men that had done nothing to her, and I thought that was, in my opinion, unnecessary, though, a bit unique. So really, I'm gonna give Julia a 4 out of 10. It's a competently made film, but I just didn't really much enjoy it. I would only recommend it to fans of, the rape revenge subgenre, or gorehounds maybe, as it does have a decent amount of blood. I'd much rather recommend to you the movie American Mary from 2012 for a rape revenge film done right. Anyways, that's it, guys. Have you seen this movie? If so, let's talk about it. Other than that, I hope your week's starting off good or whatever, wherever we're at. And as always, thanks for stopping by, and we'll talk soon, huh? Cheers.